Whoopi Goldberg on The View said some things, and I'm like, what? Whoopi? Kinda.
So far, the current White House has declined to weigh in on any moves from the incoming administration, and a Washington Post op-ed is asking if the sudden silence from a lot of what they feel are vocal Democrats is a sign that the resistance against MAGA is fading out. But for Transportation Secretary Chief Pete Buttigieg, he has a different message about moving forward. Take a look.
We cannot be mesmerized by the worst things that we see happening. We will be inclined to react with shock by some things which are done precisely with the intent of shocking us. We need to move very quickly through the shock and condemnation into identifying what exactly has to be done. And
okay, guys. It's one of the things I can't stand about politicians, man. All the word salad. I've never been impressed with Pete, and those people that have, I always think that's why I'm like, why are people freaking out about Trump's picks? Biden's picks suck too. And I don't even know if Trump's picks suck, but they usually do. They sucked last time. So anyway, when's the last time people cared about picks? And that's my thing, man. This whole, everyone just goes to sleep when their team wins. But not so much with Trump people. See, Trump people are not Republicans. They don't go to sleep when Trump wins. They watch more. Unlike the Democrats.
And they're also saying a lot of Americans still are overcoming the shock by taking a breather over the holidays and planning to get back in the game after January 20th, which is something I've been saying for, I don't know, the past 7, 8, 9 months. Because you don't ever know what's going to happen with an election. You can hope and plan, and when stuff goes down, you got to make a decision. We're not going to know jack until January 20th, until he's in. You're not going to know what's going to happen. And is no point, in my opinion, is no point in working yourself into a lather over it. I'm not going to yell at the TV until I know what I'm yelling about.
Well, it's been exhausting being that, Donald Trump has been running since 2022 again. So watching this campaign cycle, it felt like it lasted way longer than anything ever should. And then for some of us, we didn't win this election. What we wanted, that was a resistance.
Corporate media made money after going after Trump. It benefited them. That's where the money was. He was still hated so much, and he was still such a draw for clicks and views, and the man people love to hate, that it was advantageous for any politician, anyone trying to make a name for themselves, Letitia James, Fonnie Willis, anybody, Jack Smith, anybody to make a name for themselves going after Trump. That's why you're so damn tired. Because you sit up here and play footsie with the same people that kept the relevance of their show by dumping on them too. That's the whole game, guys. I don't know what the Democratic Party is going to do. I don't know what corporate media is going to do when Trump's gone. When Trump gone, I don't get it. I think this entire system, this entire legacy media will collapse and fold in on itself. I mean, they can't get eyeballs any other way. They are only alive because of Trump. And now that Trump is in and Trump is bringing media with him, that's why the dominoes are falling.
Joe Biden, the debate, 2 assassination attempts, Kamala coming in and running hard, leaving it all on the field for 107 days. And then we thought she was going to win, like we did with Hillary in 2016, and she didn't.
Why would you think she was going to win, Anna? What tangible reason? What gave you that impression? Other than you saying it. Other than that's what you wanted to happen. What was it? What was your signal that you got that told you she was going to win this thing? I'm serious, man. I want to see some receipts. Some polls, some favorable polls by former Democratic or Democratic leaning or whatever I mean, what was it that you thought was gonna, I mean, you thought that people hated Trump enough that it didn't matter who was running. That's all you thought. And that was the idea. You know, that's how Biden won, and you thought that Kamala could win on that as well. Because it was that Kamala, because she did not have a great anything. In my opinion, there was nothing that Kamala did during this great run that you say happened that ever signaled to anybody that she was an amazing candidate and that she was going to beat this thing. I don't think there was. The only glimmer was that one debate, and those couple of moments in that debate, that was about it, where it looked like she got the better of Trump on a couple calls. But other than that, the lack of interviews, the lack of press conferences, we could go on and on and on and on and on. But I'm just saying, there was nothing other than that one little blip that you should even have thought that. I mean, how could you really have been fooled if you're in the media game? It's another thing if you're sitting at home and you work all day and you got a real job and you got real kids and a real spouse, real stuff to do and a real car that breaks down and real family members that need help, and you got all this stuff going on. It's easy for you to be distracted. But if you're in the media game, how could you be so distracted not to realize there was really not a lot going on in Kamala's favor? I just don't see it, guys. I was here the whole time.
I think people are exhausted. I think they are looking at, taking care of themselves before they take care of America, right? I gotta breathe. My mental.
The co-founder of the national voting rights group Black Voters Matter.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna move on to when Whoopi makes her statement.
Call that out, but I just think I'm kind of shying away from this sort of apocalyptic, it's all we need to be like losing sleep over it. The American system of government is strong, it's held, there are checks and balances, even if my party's in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And I think we should I root for America, so I root for a smart, serious Donald Trump presidency, and I root for pushback when he doesn't do things that are smart.
I think all those things are great to dream about, and they're great.
We could take bats for 4 years and work on Red Republic, or we could just engage in the process.
As I've always said, this process was handled without me. Yeah. Because the things I was looking for, and I listened to people make fun of it, it's not about race, it's not about misogyny. It is for me. It is for me. Because that's how you see me first. So that's how I have to respond to you. And I don't think this is what you're saying. I want to be really clear. Because you know how they like to always put us, and she was mean to her.
Yes.
I understand all the things you want to see him be. I understand all the things that he promised he would be and he wasn't. And now that he has been given carte blanche.
Yeah, I kind of wonder. I was going to let this go, but I'm going to say this, man. Whoopi Goldberg, I don't see how you can see yourself in Kamala Harris. I just don't get it. And I know that there are people that do see this, so I guess it's kind of like me I'm saying it for no damn reason, basically. But I gotta say it, I don't know what it is about Kamala Harris that will make you think that it's sort of similar. What is it about her? The blonde highlights? The burgundy highlights, whatever that is in her hair, is that it? What is it? Because really, when I look at her, I don't see you. Only thing she has is uterus. Did you feel this way about Hillary? Maybe you did, I don't know. But to me, she ain't nothing but Hillary with a slight tan. That's all she is. And she might even be worse because she was a prosecutor. And she's been on every side of everything and flip-flopped all over the place. And then she threw all the ethics behind that she said she stood for and lined up behind Joe Biden. So, I don't even know what you're talking about. I want to understand it, but it doesn't make sense what you're talking about. It just doesn't. And I guess if you want to be aggrieved, guys, if people want to be aggrieved and they want to feel like they have been disrespected, I guess you can do that because you can choose that at any time if that's how you want to feel. But all I'm saying is, this I don't feel was an indictment on black women. I just don't feel that way. I just don't see it that way. I don't see her as I see you, Whoopi. I don't see Kamala Harris as I see my wife. Okay? I just don't. Or my daughters. I just do not. And I'm wondering why you do.
I'm not going to waste a lot of time on what he might do. But at the I'm gonna wait because I need to see what he will do so that I know what I'm going to do.
That's in many ways my point. But we can sit here and we could be apocalyptic about what he might do, but I also think there's a moment for self-reflection. I felt as unrepresented by Biden when I would talk about, I care about the border. Why did you wait till 3 years in to do it? I care about the cost of living.
But
why aren't you talking about it?
We've done all of that, and we're talking about how this respect comes to you, how it comes to me, how it comes to you. We're looking at different things. You're hearing different things than I'm hearing because you're not listening for the same things.
Won't you just say what you're talking about? Why do people gotta talk in code? Why can't Whoopi can't come up with it? What is it, Whoopi? What do you want to be said? Black people are great? Why people hear that all the time? And what happens? They get hosed. Why do you feel like a politician telling you something means anything? It doesn't. You're right when you say, I'm gonna wait and see what they do, because that's all any reasonable person can do. Maybe you finally realize all the fear-mongering is dumb. And it's kind of late, because you've been doing that for the past 4 years, if not longer. For what reason? And don't say it wasn't no reason. Don't say it just happened. That's what the hell y'all been doing. But it's like people, I want to feel included. I want to feel seen and all this shit. You know, if someone's lying to you and just telling you a bunch of candy, waving a bunch of candy at you, waving a carrot at you, trying to get you to do what they want you to do, manipulating you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good either. So I just want it to be real. Whatever, I want to see what actions there are. I want to see what happens. I want to see what is done. And then I will make judgments. Like you just stated, that's reasonable. But this whole thing about not being seen, that's just a bunch of goobly-gook said by a bunch of numbskulls who are riding some wave or something. That's not even real world stuff. You think our ancestors woke up talking about I need to be seen? They needed not to be mistreated. They needed not to be discriminated against. Not this, not seen, not this, they didn't say the thing. No, there was some fundamental things we needed. What you're talking about now, I don't even know what that is. Be tangible. What you need, okay, we need a certain amount of businesses to thrive. We need the racial wealth gap to close. We need black families to own more property, stock, to have more wealth. These are tangible things you can say out of your mouth, but instead you're talking about some abstract nonsense that means nothing. Maybe I'm just a dumb guy and I don't get it, because I'm operating on a different energy or something. The chakra and the rockra, whatever the hell that is, y'all be doing. But Jesus Christ, say it, because you have a platform.
Just aren't, and that's okay. I have a lot more understanding about what you're looking for than most people have what I'm looking for.
Yeah. No, and we recognize
that.
So.
What are you clapping about? She didn't say anything. I have a lot more understanding what you're looking for than what I'm looking for. Tell me what you're looking for, because I don't know what it is. What is it? So Biden just selected, appointed a bunch of black judges. That make you feel better? We got a shit system. Now we got black people going to be sending people to jail. Or you think they're going to do a better job of not doing that, sending poor people to jail, mainly us, Like, I'm trying to understand. We got people jumping up and down because black people get to be the people issuing out the pain to black people. Oh, Whoopi, Whoopi, Whoopi. I'm trying to understand what's the end result you're looking for, guys. Like, my granddaughter, my middle granddaughter, she was watching something on the Google, the little show, and the girl was having a lemonade stand. And she looks at me and she said, Pop, will you help me do a lemonade stand? And I said, well, yeah, maybe in the summer. She said, okay, great, in the summer. And then she went down, all the things that she wanted in the lemonade stand, lemonade, a pitcher, we're going to have ice pop, and we're going to have cups, and we're going to have this, and me and, Mrs. Black, like, yeah, we're going to make sure you have that, and we're going to have that. And it was just an amazing moment. But see, she's 6. She will be 6 tomorrow. She'll be 6 tomorrow, right? But she asking me directly, tangible, real things about what she wants. And I got you, and I think you're a little older than 6. Not trying to tell on your age, Whoopi, but you've seen a lot of 6s. You may be double 6, okay? Move it into triple 6, real talk, with the view here. But my point is, why can't you be like her and speak directly and stop speaking in hieroglyphics? What's the thing that you want people to do? What do you want for black women? Other than symbolism. See, that's the problem, guys. And that's what we get. See, they don't really want to demand anything because Kamala wasn't offering shit. Kamala was not offering black people anything. She wasn't offering black women anything other than, look at me. Look at me. Don't I look great? Me and my husband. Don't we look amazing? Look at us. Feel proud. Look at us. Look at us. We did it. Look at us. Look at me do it. Yay. What the hell is that? What you gonna buy with that? How many degrees can you finance with your children with that? How much of the mortgage payment can you meet with that? How much wealth can you put away with that? What can you grow your retirement on that? Like, what's happening here? Can you put a new roof on the house? What is it? What does that do for you? See, Whoopi Goldberg is in a privileged position where symbolism is good enough for her. That's what she's talking about, symbolism. She's not talking about any real thing because she would have said it. When I asked one of them baked goods from that store, from that restaurant or that bakery, she knew what to order. She caught up about that, didn't she? She knew what she wanted from the bakery. I didn't cover it, but I saw it. She goes on this whole thing about this bakery. Didn't have whatever that she wanted them to have. And they had it another time, but now they don't have it because she's calling and they don't have it. And they come out and say, well, look, we had a problem with our oven at the time. That's what it was. It wasn't because it was you and because it was the view. Keep your shirt on. It's not that big a deal. But she put out all this negative publicity for this small bakery on Staten Island, but this Staten Island bakery has a large following. And it's loved by the people in the neighborhood. But my point is this. When Whoopi Goldberg contacted them to make her order, she knew exactly what she wanted. So she's capable of ordering what she wants. But when it comes to Kamala, nobody can articulate what they want. Her and Sonny just talk about how they feel. They talk about America doesn't love black women and no one respects black women and all this shit. Nah, be tangible and say, fuck respect. Respect is pay. Say that then. Hey, Kamala, we need more pay. We need equal pay. Was she running on equal pay or did I miss something? Because I don't remember her running on equal pay. That was not a cornerstone. All I heard about was the small business lady that lived down the hall that helped raise her. I didn't hear anything about equal pay for women. So what are you really talking about? You know, I don't want to keep going on and on about this, but it's like the rest of the world is still on this. So I'm going to have to continue to check them. And I actually wanted to ride with her and be like, ooh, Whoopi finally gets it. But she doesn't, because her head's in the clouds. And I don't think she's a dumb person. I think they don't care. I don't think Joy Behar, I don't think Whoopi Goldberg or Sonny Hostin care if you get anything really that changes your life. I think they care about the representation and the symbols in the team. Team Blue.
I think what we're all saying is we're going to sit and watch. We're going to wait and see because we can't do anything else except.
I'm not going to wait and see. I mean, this guy is told us he's a retribution. He's going to be a dictator.
There's nothing to be done until you know what you're fighting. It's pissing in the wind doesn't help. You just get a wet face.
But I mean, what I'm saying is I have no false expectations that at 78 he's going to all of a sudden turn into another human being. And I'm not going to spend. I spent weeks telling people that he was apocalyptic. I'm not going to change now because it's still the same man.
Not treating every single thing like
I think that's when we lose credibility.
Well, here's the thing: you lose credibility in many different ways. If you don't know what you're talking about and you accuse him of something, then they're going to blow it back. That's why I say we need to wait and see exactly what you're going to do. Are you coming after all the folks that come to this country for a better world, who come here to work? What do you want to do with all those folks? What are you going to do with those jobs when you take all these people away? When you talk about getting rid of folks, you better know what your back game is going to be before you. So far the.
Okay, guys. What a stinker. You know, people were retweeting Whoopi Goldberg's last part there as if she somehow had an epiphany. And I guess I thought she did, but I don't know what that is. I mean, I do agree you can't call people out for what they do until they do it. Anna Navarro's just a hack. And Anna Navarro, if you were wrong when you were calling it out earlier, to keep calling it out, saying you want to be consistent, it just makes you more dumb. You know? That's all it does. He's going to be a dictator. Just stupid shit. No reality, nothing, no evidence to base that on other than a truncated speech at some rally in Des Moines, Iowa or something he said 6 months ago or something. I mean, that's a horrible, dumb thing to say. And it didn't work. Yeah, maybe you stop doing it because it didn't work. Maybe that would be a good sign that it's not effective. Maybe you should stick to facts. Maybe you should pump the brakes, see what happens. I don't know. I don't much care. But the Democratic Party has their own hills to climb. Won't you? Because at this point, the View is just a pathetic news organization, if that's what you want to call them, and it needs to go away. And maybe it'll go away. Maybe ABC will realize it's time to cut them loose. I thought maybe that's what was going on. Maybe Whoopi really needed to keep this job since she considers herself working person because she has a job that pays her $8 million, so she considers herself a working person. So anybody out there going, oh, Whoopi gets it, I don't know about that. I don't get it. I don't know. How can a person be that delusional that thinks they make $8 million a year and they think that makes them a working person because they got to show up a place to get it? That's not what we mean when we say working class, Whoopi. You goof. So these are the people we're talking about. And that's what I'm saying, man. Media has to change. If anything's ever going to change in America, our media must change. It just has to. It just has to be, people have to be ethical. the American people need to be informed so they can make better sense and make noise about the right issues at the right times. You know? Yeah. It is what it is. I don't know. I think it's pathetic. I really do. I think it's pathetic that these women have paid all this money. I would feel the same way if it was a bunch of guys paid a bunch of money to talk endlessly about stuff they don't know about. And I'm sure there are a lot of podcasts where people do that. And there's a lot of guys sitting around talking about a bunch of stuff they don't know anything. I'm pretty sure, you know? And on top of that, they're not honest. That's probably the biggest thing, because you can read and learn, but if you're not going to be honest and if you're always covering your ass, then what good are you really? If you're always fighting for a party, what good are you? Both of these parties are horrible. Our two major parties are horrible parties. And the jury's not out. The jury's still out on the Green Party. You know, I hear stuff about them too, but not to the extent of the Democratic Party. Democratic Party is like well in front, the worst party. And I've heard about racism within the Republican Party. So don't get that twisted. Okay? But no one deserves our vote. No one's owed your vote. Everyone has to earn your vote. People love to talk on and on and on about how people died so I could vote. And I don't think that's exactly why someone killed them, because they were trying to vote. They died because of bigoted racists with a gun decided to shoot them. That's why they died. Fun times, right? Fun times. Put in the comment section what you think about Whoopi Goldberg's realization, if you could call it that. Is that a realization or a resignation? I don't know. I thought maybe she was trying to keep her job. Maybe they need to make a little pivot, slight pivot, and be a little bit more reasonable. But as you can see the back and forth arguing, and you can see Sonny was quiet. Maybe Sonny needs her job. Maybe they're trying to keep it together. Because the toxic level of The View, having to read legal disclaimer after legal disclaimer. In 1 week, you have 3 legal disclaimers because you keep saying a bunch of crap out your mouth that's false to the point the network must protect itself. Keep messing around. Elon about it, View too.